All right. We're about to go into the last lecture tonight. And this lecture is going to be called, Don't Let Her Use You. She either likes you or not. Big shout outs to Lenny F with the big $50. Thanks, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, I'm letting y'all know too. My little roadcaster that came here broke. And I had to ship it back. I was supposed to have all my little cleans and cheens and all that. I just got the little applaud thing going. But understand that my little roadcaster with the special effects coming in, I got to catch up with everybody else, man. And that's what we're going to be doing. But let me get back into this lecture. Hold on. Isaiah, I'm going to answer one question. Isaiah says, do you date? Where do you meet girls? I actually went to go learn Arabic just to date Arabic women. All right. I'm going to just leave it there. I don't date American women. Okay. Now I'm about to go into the lecture. Okay. This lecture is going to be, don't let her use you. She either likes you or not. That's simple. All right. She either likes you or not. Okay. The reason why I'm going to be doing this lecture today is to help you guys keep it simple. All right. When it comes to women, I think the biggest downfall that a lot of men face whenever it comes to women is actually overthinking the situation, overanalyzing the situation, overanalyzing women. And the more you do it, it seems like the more confusion it gets. And the reason why it becomes so confusing is because you're looking for one right answer to 1,000 solutions. There is no one size fit all whenever it comes to a woman. You got to get that thinking out of your head. So today I'm going to be helping you keep it simple. Next, I'm going to help bitter men come back into understanding women. A lot of you guys have went red pill. You went so far deep into the red pill community, you're damn near a hatred. And I get emails all the time with guys like, Aunt, what can I do? Aunt, what can I do to just stop hating women, man? What can I do? It's like everywhere I go, Aunt, I just hate the way they breathe. Aunt, I hate the way they move. I hate the way they smell. Aunt, I hate how she do her hair. I hate that, Aunt. And I hate all of it. I get those type of emails where guys feel like they are inside the matrix, so deep in the matrix, that they do not know how to get out of hating women. Hopefully, I'm able to help you guys with that today. Big shout outs to Zatachi 001. We'll get to it. So that's what we're hoping to do today. And next, I want to stop you from putting your faith into game. What do I mean by that? What I mean by putting your faith into game is that I don't think that you guys should be learning pickup lines. I don't think you should be learning how to walk, how to talk, how to dress, how to do it. I don't think you should do that because you're different from me. Your reality is different from me, as well as the rest of the world. No one feels your pain. Only you know your pain. All right, let's get into the first slide of what you need to do to keep a woman from using you. She either likes you or she don't. But you got to understand, it's about she either likes you or she don't. But the goal is to keep her from using you. Let's get to it. First, you got to stop answering random calls. All right, this is what you got to understand. This is the thing right here that hurts a lot of you guys the most. A lot of you guys just don't understand. These random calls come in right when you're ready to cut her off. Right when you're like, something's fishy with this girl, she gives you a random phone call and it rejuvenates your energy all over again. Now you're like, oh, I knew that little bit she liked me. I knew she liked me that little bit. Stop answering random calls. When you answer a random call from a woman, it makes her feel confident. because everybody else has made her feel low. When women get around to actually calling people, it's for attention or it's for a purpose. If not, she keeps it playing through text messages and comments. If she actually calls you, that means she's looking for immediate results. If not, she keeps it text message. So understand, for her just to call is personal. But for her to randomly call is her seeking confidence in you because no one else is around to do that. Next, when you pick up the phone, it makes you look weak and desperate. And the reason why it makes you look weak and desperate is because you wasn't expecting that call. She wasn't expecting to call. So when she calls and you just magically pick up out of nowhere, it shows, look, I have nothing else going on in my life. You didn't even say, hey, this girl's been acting funny. Let me just ignore it. No, when she randomly calls and you pick up like that, it makes you look weak and desperate. Next thing, it gives false hope and expectations. What do I mean by that? Like I said, a lot of you can read a woman's game. You can feel a woman's game. Your gut feelings is telling you this woman is not feeling me at all. But your desires for how sexy she is or the way she turns you on overrides all of your gut feelings. So right when you start coming to the conclusion and that you realize like, oh man, I need to cut off, she calls. And when she calls, it gives you false hope into thinking that she cares. So now you forget all the other stuff that your gut was telling you. Because when she calls, you weaken out and she gains the confidence. Because everything just wasn't premeditated. Remember, it was a random call. Pay attention to that little details. You got to pay attention to random calls. When women like you, she sets a time that she's going to call you. She's going to know he's getting off work. Let me call him. He's doing this. Let me call him. She learns your schedule. And then she calls when she knows that you have an opening in your schedule. When women are randomly calling you, they're looking to use you for emotional support. And sometimes it's going to be financial support. Everything random, when she starts doing random things, those are signs that she's using you for little periods of time. Stop answering the phone. All right, let's go to the next one. Stop asking her or trying to go to her house or inviting her to yours. This is a big mistake, guys. This is a really big mistake right here that a lot of you guys do. You sitting up text messaging, yo, what you gonna be doing later? You know what I'm saying? You trying to come over, Netflix, chill, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. You have to stop that right there. Right there. A key rule, and an old man told me this when I was younger. He says, never do anything with a woman until she does the invite. Until she does the invite. Until she says, hey, what are you getting into? Hey, what are you getting into? Hey, do you want to come over? Hey, do you want to do that? You may think your average woman would say, no, a guy has to approach me. A guy has to do this. No, she has too many guys that are doing that. She needs to wonder why you're not trying to call her over like that. You need to stop trying to weasel the conversation around you going over to her house and she coming over to your house. Why? It shows that you want sex. Once you show that you want sex from her, she now has control. Because she already knows all I got to do is ration it to him, and that'll keep him in control. Most husbands are going to get sex maybe once a month, if that. Because sex would be used as a weapon, bottom line. So you have to stop trying to go hang out with her late night and stop trying to get her to come over to your place. That's something that you really have to understand. You're giving her all the power because it shows how desperate you are sexually. Period. Period, period, period. All right, let's go to the next slide. Next, don't be fooled by her excuses. What do I mean by don't be fooled by her excuses? See, that comes a point of time, right, where you've been picking up the phone calls. You've been being the best guy in the world. You've been being the best friend to her. In your head, you like, man, ain't no guy going to treat her better than me, man. I got her right now. I got this in a bag. I got this in a bag, bro. Like, I ain't did nothing wrong. You checking all your steps. You like, you know what? I ain't did nothing wrong. She gotta like me. I done got this far. All I gotta do is just be extra Mr. Nice Guy. Open the door for her. I don't want her to ever be mad. You're doing good on your end. And I see a lot of you guys out there, you're playing your role. But then when you want to do something, when you want to do a date, when you want to go somewhere, when you want to do it, she got an excuse for everything. She got an excuse why she could never do things when you want to do it. But she's expecting you to up and jump and do something with her randomly. And where you felt at is that you've actually been doing it. She's been calling you randomly. You've been jumping up and you've been running to her. Right? So you've been thinking you and her got a bond. But then when you try to go do something where you want to invite her to do something, now she has an excuse. But your desperation allows her to use those excuses. Because all you're going to do is come up with some fairy tale story inside of your head. Why her excuse is reasonable when it's narcissism. She only wants to hang out when it benefits her. All right, next. Let's get those likes up. You're blue-pilled and you're just going to believe everything that she said. All right, a lot of you guys have this curse. I don't even know where this curse came from. But you're under this psychological curse that anything that you do towards being alpha or anything that you do that would possibly make a woman annoyed at you, you don't want to do it. Anything that would make a woman mad, you don't want to do it because you feel like it's toxic masculinity. You have to understand, a lot of you guys are at that level of your life where you think anything that you're doing towards a woman is going to be toxic masculinity. You could get in trouble. She's going to get mad. Everybody's going to jump on her side because you're angry. So you're stuck in this world of blue pill where you're like, man, as a guy, like I ain't doing nothing bad to her. I ain't cussing her out. I'm not treating her bad. I'm treating her good. But every little thing you do, she'll get mad at it. You're blue pilled. When you're blue pilled, it's easy for her to give you an excuse for anything and you just follow it. You just continue to follow all of her manipulation. You fall for it every single time. Why? Because you don't know what masculinity is. You've never been taught masculinity. You've never saw a man put a woman in check. The only time you've seen a man put a woman in check is on TV, is on a YouTube video. Or you may have seen it in public one time and you're like, man, you said that nigga got that bitch in check, bro? That's how I used to be. When I used to see like the Hindu dudes and the Arabic dudes with their wife, I used to be like, man, them niggas got their woman in check, nigga. I need one like that. Made me learn the language. So you have to understand that you must leave this blue pill world in order for you not to be fooled by her excuses. All right, let's go to the next slide. Don't let your desires cloud the truth. What do I mean by that? I mean that you know the truth. But you start giving her excuses. Like, for instance, if she don't call and you don't know where she's at, you giving her an excuse already. You're already thinking something bad has happened. That's how some of you guys are. Y'all fall so deep in love with these women, they don't call you and you ain't talked to them all day. You automatically assuming she got hit by a car. Or this done went wrong with her. Or maybe this is going wrong. Maybe she's injured. Maybe she's hurt. You start thinking the wrong. You instantly start going into a whole nother outer space when you don't have any connection with her because your desires have clogged the truth. Your desire to want to be with her, to want to love her, to want to do all these. You think so overly protective of her because of your desires that whenever she don't call, you automatically assume something went wrong. You're allowing your desires to clog the truth as to what's going on. She's either fucking with you or she ain't. She's either holding you down or she's slowing you down. That simple. You never have to question if a woman likes you because you will be annoyed by her. If you're not annoyed by her, that means that she has control over your desires and then your desires will clog the truth. All right, let's go to the next slide. When it comes to a woman, to keep from being used, you have to let her know what you want from her. And this is important. And this is important. And the reason why I'm saying this is because you shouldn't be telling a woman what you want from her that has not already showed you that she's about you. That's simple. For the most part, you guys are working against the grind. You're chasing women. You're trying to get with women that don't know if they like you. Like you automatically know this girl don't like me. So what cool thing can I say to make her like me? What cool thing can I do to make her like you? That's your natural consciousness when it comes to a woman. You need to start going with the girl that already likes you. So you could be more upfront as to what part you want her to play in your life. A lot of you guys, you can't do that. You're having a hard time telling a woman exactly what role that you want her to play in your life because you don't know where you want to go, where you want to be. This is what I want you guys to do when it comes to these women. B. Ross, big shout outs. I want you to say to yourself, if the girl of your dreams walked inside of your life right now, would you be fully prepared for her? Would you be fully prepared for her? Would you be prepared to feed her every day? Would you be prepared to shower her every day? Would you be prepared to keep her in the condition that she is when she was presented to you? And she's the girl of your dreams. It's that you'll get the girl of your dreams, but you have to maintain her. So if in your dreams your girl has long hair, a perfect body, perfect titties, natural and submissive, but she's broke, she has no brain, you have to give her all her knowledge. She's just a good looking robot that walked into your life. Are you fully prepared to give her the knowledge that you want her to have? Are you fully prepared to keep her up to par so she maintains that girl? That's a lot of stuff that you guys have to understand, because in order for you to actually sit down and tell a woman what you want from her, you got to already know what you want to go and where she's going to play in your life. In other words, don't be afraid to tell a woman, I just want sex. Sounds funny, but I can almost guarantee you this. You're going to get further with a woman if you just tell her, like, listen, I just thought you was pretty and pretty much just want sex. That's it. You're going to get a lot further with a woman saying that than you are coming up with some fairy tale. Oh, I got this plan with my life. I want to be there. And the whole time you talking to her, you're trying to come up with another lie. That's what people do. People try to sit around and talk to people and just keep coming up lies. I want to do this with my life. I want to be that. She gassing up her life and you gassing up your life. Now both of y'all afraid to reveal the truth. That's all that's happening on a date. If you overtalked yourself before you got to the date, it's just a matter of time before the truth come to light. Just a matter of time before she got to sit there and back it up, and you got to sit there and back up what it is. So the best thing for you to do is to already have your shit in order, what you want, so you're able to tell her what you want out of her. If you want sex, yeah, set your boundaries. Tell a woman, like, listen, we're on a date, or we're out, we're hanging out. This is what we're doing. We're hanging out. We're here for a reason. Are you here because you were bored, or are you here possibly looking for a relationship? Because I'm getting sick of taking women out on a date, and then they're telling me they're not looking for a relationship or anything, and that we're just cool. Why are you here? For me to spend my money? Learn to tell a woman that. Say, why the fuck are you here? Oh, I'm here because I knew you'd do whatever I want because you showed sign of desperation. That's probably what she gonna say back to you. So understand, don't be afraid to tell a woman exactly what you want. Set the boundaries what you want out of her, and tell her exactly what you're looking for. That way you can cut the bullshit early, and you will never get used. The more upfront you are with her, you will never get used. The more stern you are about your words, the more she's going to love you. All of you guys get to sit back and fear what'll happen if you tell a woman how you really felt about her, instead of adjusting your conversation so she doesn't get mad. But you always see the asshole tell her anything. You always see the asshole being brutally honest with her. You done sat back and watched a whole bunch of women get dogged out by men that lied, that men that done told them the truth, but they did everything that you were supposed to do. So understand. Let her know what you want, and don't be afraid. I'm not afraid to tell a slut, like, yo, listen, we just fucking, bro. All this extra, I don't think you deserve a Netflix and chill. You not getting this and that and the third. Smoke a blunt, chill, was good. Don't be afraid to do that. The only difference is you guys been treating hood rats like diamonds and been treating diamonds like hood rats. You got it confused. You got to learn where you're going with this, all right? Let's go to the next slide. In conclusion. Okay, in conclusion, what I want you guys to understand is, when it comes to a woman, she either likes you or she don't. Sorry. That's just how it is. If a certain girl don't like you, another girl will. But what I want you guys to understand is, what exactly do you want in a relationship? I said a couple videos back that most guys and most women nowadays are actually designed to be single. Most of you are designed to be single. Most women are designed to be single. There is no big mamas. I said that last time. Big mama is gone. Big mama used to teach women how to be wives. Grandpa used to teach men how to be men. You haven't been taught to be no husband. You've been taught to be a son husband. You haven't been taught to be a husband. Because the people that are still being taught to be husbands and the women that are still being taught to be wives, they're actually getting in relationships. That's why I keep trying to tell you that all of your content creators have a woman. The people that are convincing you that you should stay single forever have a woman. Because they gained the knowledge. They found their zone. They found what woman works for them. But they know what they got to do for views. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You got to program yourself to what you want to be, because you haven't been taught it at all. You haven't been taught it. You have not been taught how to be a husband. The women nowadays have not been taught how to be wives. But the women nowadays, they're showing you exactly what happens when a woman does not have any guidance. She doesn't run out and start businesses. She takes her clothes off. Haven't you noticed that? That's what a woman's going to do when she's not guided right. She's going to take her clothes off because that's the only way she gets attention. That's the only way that she has power over a man, is taking her clothes off. How many women in the past 10 years that you know started a business? I'll wait. Compared to how many women you know done took their clothes off and put a picture of it online. Even the good ones, they done did something. They done put some type of picture up or something. They done did something. A bathing suit or something. They done did something. So it go online, so they check it every 5 minutes and see what people did. What exactly has women's rights done is what you got to look at. It's raised women to be lost souls. It's raised men to be lost souls. You have to take the knowledge that you're learning from us and correct yourself. Correct your brain. That's why Kevin Samuels is shooting through the roof. That's why Fresh and Fit is shooting through the roof. Even though Fresh and Fit is entertainment, they still give you the truth. Kevin Samuels still gives you the truth, and everybody is gravitating towards the truth because no one has been trained in their homes how to be this thing that they desire for the most, and that's married and in love. And love is just you accepting the negative traits of someone that no one else is going to accept. Every person, every woman that you have ever said I loved you to fucked you up. Every person you ever said, hey, that's my boy, dog. It's like love. They brothers, nigga. I love that nigga. He crossed your back. The moment you tell somebody you love them, and the moment you do that, the moment you says, you know what? You could just treat me like shit. And guess what? I'm going to forgive you. That's why when you fall out of love with somebody, you don't want to be around them no more. Because you don't want to take their negative traits. It's that simple. So understand, don't allow a woman to use you. Let me flip back over. I'm gonna go ahead and conclude this up a little bit. Glad somebody giving me some type of clout after that lecture. I had to go in.